I'm going to start off by answering this one question that everyone had about the experiment. Question: I've stayed awake for X amount of days. I don't go crazy like that. Answer: keep in mind that you may not be on stimulant gas when you stay awake for your own work. The stimulant gas actually prevents the pineal glands from producing any melatonin. So the participants do not feel the need to sleep, and the brain is not aware if it should sleep or not. That's the main aim of this experiment, to find out how long the brain is capable of going without sleep. So usually if there was no stimulant involved, the participants would be fine for longer, as their brain would shift to a phenomenon known as microsleep. In this case, the participant's mind does not even know whether it should sleep or not. Another reason for the worse effects are probably due to the fact that we forced our participants to also complete day-to-day tasks and also cook their own food. This puts extra pressure on the brain. They are also not provided coffee or energy drinks. Many of the participants were noted to use their electronics more after day 2 night, which might also contribute to the effects. Now let's continue with the logs. Day 4. Dr. Warnick has noted that all participants are no longer accidentally dozing off into sleep, and they all remain awake at all times. This is probably an effect of the stimulant gas. Julia has been painting in her room since the morning. She is drawing paintings of a woman with bloodied hair and several wounds in her abdomen. The woman's face is never painted in each of the paintings. Surprisingly, the paintings are very high quality and well painted. She drew about 10 paintings in 4 hours. She stopped after she ran out of paint and canvas. We'll deliver more canvas and paint to her room through the food larder type cupboard we put in her room. Dr. Nguyen suspects that Julia may be thinking about harming Sophia, as illustrated in the paintings. Dr. William disagrees. Adam has moved from his bed to the corner in his room where the presumed dark figure is. He is standing facing the corner and has been standing motionless since morning. His brainwaves are those of a person in REM sleep. His heart rate is concerningly low at 50 BPM. Connor has stopped whispering to himself and went down to make breakfast in the morning. He fried his eggs in milk and ate them. Our medical team will be monitoring him in case he falls ill. Connor has typed up unintelligible things in his office work today. Sleep is for the weak. I am not weak. For I do not sleep. I will rise strong. I am winning all along. Ethan is going to beat me. No, he won't. Please, I want to sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Dr. Williams speculates that Connor is experiencing auditory hallucinations and is subconsciously typing the conversations up. This can be useful to provide insight into his feelings. Connor seems to be paranoid of Ethan. Sophia is standing outside Julia's bedroom staring at the door. She has not tried opening the door. Ethan broke his laptop after losing an online game. He threw it at the floor. We are deciding whether we should provide him a new one. After that, Ethan went to the kitchen, grabbed a knife and started cutting up pieces of butter and eating them raw. He will also be medically monitored. Samantha is reading the books we have provided her. She's been doing that since the morning. After finishing one of the books, she repeated the phrase, "I will sleep soon," 420 times, and then picked out another book. She is the most stable of all participants. Day 4, night. Julia went out of her room while Sophia was still standing outside the door. We only knew that Sophia attacked Julia as only Dr. Williams was on the night shift at the time. She refused to recount what happened and was quite hysterical. Dr. Warnick sent Williams home for a few days. Based on the camera feeds, we can currently see traces of Julia's intestines can be seen in Sophia's room while the rest of her body lies in her room. Her eyes are missing. Sophia has returned to her room and is sitting there staring at the wall. Sophia has returned to her room and is sitting there staring at the wall. She has painted random shapes with Julia's blood on that wall. We locked away Julia's room and extracted her body. Dr. Warnick, the relieving coordinator, decided to keep the experiment running. Dr. Warnick advised us not to look through the past recordings to see what really happened with Julia. We have also not yet listened to Connor's recordings. Adam went out of his room for the longest time today and walked around the house chanting things. He returned to his room after being unable to access Sophia's room since she locked it. Upon closer inspection of Julia's paintings, which we have now extracted from her room, they are looking more and more like her own dead body. Connor sliced 20 cuts across his chest today. Ethan grabbed the knife from him and cut himself as well. They then laughed hysterically and started playing ping pong in the games room. Day 5. Dr. Chardhari. Dr. Chardhari was found unexpectedly dead in his home today. The cause of death appears to be a suicide, bringing the death toll of this experiment to 2. Dr. Williams is now on suicide watch, and all of us have to live inside Experiment HQ for the remainder of the experiment. Dr. Warnick has called in another doctor who did not tell us his name. He appears to be from the higher government and has taken our video logs and audio logs of Connor for further study. Luckily I saved myself copies before they came. Today Samantha ran out of books. We purposely did not bring any more to her to see her reaction. She experienced severe psychosis. She started screaming at us. Why don't you guys just leave me alone? Do you find this amusing? I want to sleep. I can't sleep. She then repeated this 20 times while putting up her hair. She then managed to compose herself and went down to the games room. She asked Ethan if he could play ping pong with her when she saw Connor and him playing. Ethan agreed and she won every game against him. This made Ethan extremely agitated and he started to show signs of physical aggression. Samantha quickly ran up to her room. Ethan ran after her and kept on trying to break her door down for at least 5 hours. Samantha was crying hysterically in her room. I will go get some sleep now. More logs are coming. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with sleep. Shakespeare.